Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's happening? It is I, Melchizedek. Welcome to God Kind, the God Kind and a Mistake. We're Christians at the channel. We don't chase the bag because we are the bag. Y'all. God gave us everything and it's for us to take dominion. Now, I did post a weekly forecast during the week. I posted the weekly forecast during the week. Do go and check that, right? Why? Because during the week, you're going to change your analysis. Because sometimes what you see on a Monday, you don't necessarily see on a Tuesday or a Wednesday or a Thursday because price is playing out. Things are happening. So your analysis is prone to change, right? Not always, but sometimes it is prone to change, especially as a beginner. There was one forex trader who said, as a beginner, when you want to buy, sell, right? Because your analysis is either wrong or really wrong. But that's it. Like sometimes you will change, and trading on a Monday is not like, avoid trying to trade on a Monday, because there's so much manipulation going on a Monday, right? There's too much manipulation going on a Monday. You enter the trade on a Monday and then bang, you're like, why did I even enter? And I'm going to show you that on one of the pairs that I traded, and this pair messed up my account. This pair is the one that just eject me up this whole week, right? And that is USD JPY. What? Look at this. Look at what USD JPY just did. And I was expecting this thing to drop. Just look. Like guys, you have to train your emotions, right? You have to train your emotions, because if you don't get your emotions in check, you will be revenge trading. You will be buying and selling because you lost a trade. And not only that, you can sometimes, for example, you sell, right? And you're like, I know for sure this pair is gonna go down, is gonna go down, and then bang, the thing goes up. And then what, right? So your emotions have to be in check. Sometimes when you lose your money, you're gonna want to take revenge because you know you can get it, or you might say that the trade is still valid or whatever. Just get out, right? Just get out. And trading on a small account, something I notice is that sometimes price might go terribly against you, and I will show you that on this pair, right? The price might go terribly against you, and you're like, my account. So you know what I try to do to myself, right? Because I know I'm a small account trader. What do? I don't go directly on my MT5 platform to see in what loss or profit I am. I come first to TradingView. What does that allow me to do? Okay, if price is going against me, I know that it's going against me, but I don't know by how much, right? I don't know by how much. So for as long as I don't know by how much, my emotions are still in check, right? So for example, if price is somewhere around here chasing my stop loss, I won't get out. Why? Because I know that I place my stop loss at this zone, and price has to hit me, right? Price has to hit me, so I know that, cool, my trade was invalid, right? I will just show you, right? So if you do go and check out my analysis for my previous video, right? Price was, maybe this is a Friday, price was right here, and price opened. It was a Monday, it was here. I had my Fibonacci retracement, I had my support zone, my resistance and support, I had my candlestick pattern. So what is that? Three confirmations. I have three confirmations, right? And I'm like, cool, we're buying, right? Cool, we're buying. And what happens? I am not used to holding trades. And this trade has been playing with me for 3 days, right? Right up until, when is this? When is this? When is this? Okay, it's one day. Was it one day? Yeah, it was one day. Right. So this trade has been play is yeah, one day. The trade played the whole day. I entered this trade around 2 o'clock, and from 2 o'clock it's just been playing, chasing my stop loss. I'm in fear, but my stop loss was round about here. I'm in fear, and then I'm holding it up until Tuesday, and around 10 o'clock this thing just shoots up and bang, it hits take profit, and it hits take profit hard. I was out like right here, take profit hit, right? But it was just playing in negatives. Take profit hit, cool. So I'm like, cool, this thing is gonna buy, As a small account trader, one thing you should take into consideration is You're building their account. Now, I know you might want to swing and hold the trade, but you want to build the account, right? Why do you want to build the account? Let's say, for example, you have 150 deposit, right? And the trade maybe gives you $50, right? You can close it $50. What does this allow you to do? That the next trade you take, you can put a $50 stop loss, right? Now, I know that people have like a 1% rule, risk 1%, but I like to use my money, right? If I'm trading with my money, I want my stop loss to be the amount of profit, right? So if I make a $50 profit on top of my 150, I'm gonna risk my $50 on a trade, right? I'm gonna risk my $50 on two trades, right? So that's what I'm willing to risk so that my capital is still in check, right? So this is one emotional or mental thing that I've seen with myself is that once once my capital starts getting eaten up, like I don't care about the account anymore. Like if I have $150 account and it starts getting to $100, like I don't care. I start entering trades silly, right? And that's not a good trade. I have to control myself. It's not a good trade as a trader, right? I had my second take profit right about here, and I'm like, cool, price is gonna go up, price is gonna go up, and bang, price comes all the way down. And mind you, I had already closed this trade, and bang, it comes all the way down. So imagine you left it open saying you want to leave up until here. What happens? It stops you out. What could I have done? Put the thing at break even, right? Put the trade at break even, but I'm like, now I want to secure my trade. So now what made me change sentiments? What made me change like my analysis? I went back and I'm like, why did price do that? Now I know that there is this zone here. Always look from your bigger time frames going down to the smaller time frame. There is this zone right here, which you can see that price reacted from, right? Price reacted from. So I redrew my channels. And I was looking at the higher highs, the higher lows, and I'm like, cool. There is a trend inside of a trend. So I drew this trend, right? So when I drew that trend, I dropped to my 4 hour time frame. And when I saw that price was here, I asked myself, why did I buy? Right? Why did I buy? I was supposed to buy here, right? Or wait for price to come back and then buy again, right? So that's what I was supposed to do, not buy at this zone because this zone is not yet ripe for buys. Like it's at a critical zone, right? It's at a critical zone, but price hit might take profit. Thank God for that, right? So what happens because we can see that this is like a chart pattern? We waited for it to break out, and it did break out, right? It did break out, and this is the place that messed up my account, y'all. This is NFP right here. This is a NFP. This is Friday moves. For small account traders, beginner traders, try and avoid NFP or CPI, right? Avoid this news. I know you're going to see people making money out of this news. Avoid trading this as beginner traders. Don't rush to make money. Avoid trading NFP or CPI because price will mess your account up, right? Because like I will let me just show you, right? Another thing, I was like in this trade. I'm like, cool. Price got to my trend line. You saw that this is a trend line, right? Price got to this trend line. I'm like, buy, right? I entered my trade like somewhere around bada, 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 boom, bada, bing, bada, bang. I think I entered it somewhere around here, right? Cool. My stop loss was right below there. Price was playing. Price was playing, coming into negatives, playing. You know what? I decided I'm getting out of this trade. Why? Because price came from here, came all the way down, gave a bullish engulfing, came all the way down, right? And then I went up to my 4 hour. I saw a big bullish engulfing, another bullish engulfing, another bullish engulfing. I'm like, nope, price is gonna tank. Price is gonna tank. So what did I do? I sold. I will show you now. I sold, guys. I sold. Where did I sell? I think I sold right about here, right? Again, with confluence. I didn't just sell because I wanted to sell. I sold because of confluence. I'm like, oh, we are in this sell. Now, because my account was already hit, right? It was like bad. It was really bad. My stop loss was around here. So when I saw, like, I think I slept on this trade. I slept on this trade, or nah, I entered it, or I slept on this trade, whatever, one of the two, right? When I opened it, as the time went by, like, price started going against me. So I'm like, this thing is chasing my stop loss again. I cut the trade somewhere around here, but my stop loss was above there. What happens? Price comes all the way down right after I close. All the way down right after I close. I was scared. It comes all the way down. I was aiming for this zone here, you know, take profit hit, right? So what happens to your account? Your account is in deeper losses, right? Your account is lower than what you thought, right? But the trade was gonna hit take profit. So I'm out of the trade, right? I'm out of the trade. I lose the trade. I'm out of the trade in loss. So what happens? I see price at this zone again, and I say, you know what, God, prophetically, I'm gonna go in. What did I do? I entered right here. I entered right there again. I entered right there. I put my stop loss above there, take profit right below here. Right? So this thing kept playing. It kept playing. I entered it on a Thursday, kept playing, kept playing, kept playing, kept playing, kept playing. I'm like, this trade is going for my stop loss. I got out. I literally got out. And today NFP comes out. NFP just went towards that direction and bang, take profit hit. So you see, it's really important that you watch your emotions, watch your confluences, and be confident in your trades. Imagine I could have been in profits just out of these two trades, but because of fear, I got out, right? This one bad buy that I took could have been covered by this three. Actually, it's three trades that I took on USD JPY. I took this buy, that was one win, and I would have taken these two buys. That would have been two wins, or one buy. That would have been two wins out of three trades that I took, right? So that is good enough. I would lose one trade and win two trades. So watch your emotions, and because of NFP, right? And because you know that this is a chart pattern, if price breaks out, what are we looking for? Price coming all the way down here. What does NFP do? NFP comes, it does this, and bang, you would think that, cool, I'm going to hold up until down here, and bang, price hits your stop loss. You're crying, you're a failed trader, you don't want to trade, you're quitting Forex. But it's not even that. It's not that, right? You have to be sure about your trades. You have to be sure about your confluences, that even if price hits your stop loss, you're good with it. You don't even care. Why? Because you traded according to your rules. You're going to hear many Forex traders say, set rules. Now, in my previous video, I showed you guys what kind of rules I have, but let's go over them real quick. Let's go over them real quick. I told you that the market has three phases, right? The market has three phases. Sorry, the market has three phases: higher highs and higher lows, right? And then it has what? Consolidations, and then it has lower highs and lower lows. This is a downtrend. I'm sorry for the small downtrend, right? So like, we know that in an uptrend you buy at the dips, right? So I would buy like somewhere here, like, I would buy like right here. I'd wait for price to form this dip. How would I get that dip? Maybe one confluence would be Fibonacci retracement, support and resistance, and a trend line. So once I have one of these confluences in sight, what do? I take the trade. And a candlestick pattern. If you want to know this candlestick pattern, do let me know, right? This candlestick pattern is one of the things that boosted my confidence. It boosted my confidence, right? Now we can see that price is bullish. So why would you sell? This is why you get stopped out of your sell, right? Because price is terribly bullish. Oh my gosh. I'm about to see something right now that I didn't even see before. Can you see this major zone? Look at this major zone. And price is just respecting this major zone right here. Price is literally, so you could sell from there up to here, but price is respecting this major zone. So how are we going to look for next week? We know that price is now going to continue to buy, so we will just wait for a retracement, retest, and then buy. We're gonna buy, right? So that's what we got. I will show you one other trade that I'm in, Euro USD. I'm in Euro USD, and boy am I happy with this trade. I think for Euro USD, I don't know if I took buys. I think I took buys. I took buys, and I'll show you why I took buys first, right? Let me just open the last one I got, because I don't want to remove. I don't want to remove, right? So I bought. Why did I buy, right? Because I took a trend line from here. I took it up until there, right? And price did what? It broke out. So I'm like, oh, price broke out, came to retest chart pattern. If you can see, this is like a head, this is like the head, the shoulder, another shoulder, and boom, price went up. I'm like, oh, head and shoulders pattern, right? Plus I saw this as another head, shoulders, and shoulder. So I'm like, oh, we're buying, right? We're buying. So what did I do? I entered my trade right about here with candlestick pattern, Fibonacci retracement. I entered there. My take profit was somewhere around there, right? This was my take profit. But when price, my take profit was somewhere around here. But then price started playing around about here. I'm like, nope, I'm getting out, right? I'm getting out. Why did I get out? Because I realized that price came back into a major trend line. Look at this, one, two, third touch. When it hit the third touch, what happens? Bang, it tanks. It tanked right after the third touch. Not only the third touch, look at this flip zone. Look at this flip zone right here. It just hit the flip zone, hit the trend line, and came down. So I'm like, nah, this gotta be sells. This gotta be sells. I got out of the trade, right? I got out of the trade and I looked for sells, right? I looked for sells. I saw that this was a support. Support become resistance. A support became resistance. I took my Fibonacci retracement from there up until there. I saw, cool, that's a 38, right? 38 or 50, right? That's a 38 or 50. What did I do? I saw my candlestick pattern. I'm like, cool, I am going to be in this trade right about here. I am going to put my stop loss right above there, right? I'm going to put my stop loss right above there, but let me just see. I think I had another trend line. I just don't see that trend line, right? I just don't see that trend line, right? So I did that. I did something like that. I put my stop loss right above there, and I was most likely trying to see my first take profit right now has been hit, and my second take profit we're looking to down there, and I'm still currently in this trade, right? So what happens? NFP comes out, and when NFP comes out, it starts going against me, and I'm like, well, I think I had my stop loss right about here. I'm like, well, price hit me, I'm out, right? But I did not put any stop loss on my trade. Why? Y'all, I've seen sometimes as a small account trader, price will come to a lot against you. But keep this in mind that many times where you put your stop loss, brokers know, the markets know, whoever knows, that person controlling this thing knows, right? That people put their stop loss here, 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 right? So what will they do? They will make sure that price comes all the way to take out all the stops before they continue, right? So you would put your stop loss right here and price would hit you. What would you do? Get emotional. I suck at trading. I'm done with trading. I don't know what to do, right? But then after a while, bang, price goes to your direction. So what did I do? I quit putting stop loss. Or if I put stop loss, I put it at a significant high. If you had to put a stop loss, where would you put it? Right here. But as a small account trader, you know your account couldn't sustain this big move right here, right? So I didn't put a stop loss because I was confident in my trade, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't put a stop loss, right? You need stop loss, right? But because I'm like, oh, I am confident in this trade, let me just not put a stop loss. I didn't put a stop loss and I entered the trade and we're in some good profits. We're expecting this trade to go like towards this trend line. Once it reaches this trend line, or if around here it gives us like a double bottom, then we will say, cool, we're out of this trade. And this is probably next week on Monday, but I am so happy. This is the first trade, guys. This is the first trade I am ever taking to this length, and I am so happy. So this is what we got for the week, y'all. I want you to have a blessed day. This is God Kind Effects. Let's go.